Hello everybody, this is Goose and Fox coming at you with a 700 cost rated match in the Unicorn Gundam PF. We're going to be on Arctic base for this round here, and the Unicorn Gundam PF, as I'll be referring to it throughout this video, the Perfectibility is going to be our main banner mobile suit for this week of GBO2, or last week's suit depending on when you are watching this video, as this is going to be coming out on a Wednesday during update night. If you are watching this after the update, we will have had our new banner mobile suit by then, but for the Perfectibility here, this is going to be our second major release as part of GBO2's 8th anniversary, following the release of the V2 Assault Buster Gundam. And for the Perfectibility here, this is a suit that I pulled on my recent Saturday stream. I got it through the guaranteed pull. I went up to the 7th step that gives you the level 1 and the custom part, and I tested out the suit there. I played a couple rounds in it, and at the end of that stream, I was very mixed on this suit. A big part of that came from the matches I got in during that stream, as many of them were very rough. I think out of all the matches I played using the Perfectibility, I had only won one of them at the time, and even then my results were very low on the final scoreboard, so that paired with not getting as many matches as I wanted to with the suit at the time really left me with mixed feelings, leaving me with more to be desired from this unit. So I wanted to come back to this suit in today's video and talk about it a bit more, see if I had anything more positive or negative to say about this unit, really just kind of depending on how things went in the matches I'd gotten after stream. And I am really proud to say that things with the Perfectibility have gotten a lot better since then. I've gotten some much better matches with this unit, and its performance has really been showing to be a lot better than what I had initially gone with it. Really a big part of just having some more practice with it, and also having some better map variety. I don't know what was up with GBO2 during my stream, but the game was very hard set on giving me colony drop area whenever I loaded into ground matches, and I don't think colony drop area is really a good map for the Perfectibility, mainly because of all the debris on that map. With the plates you have on the back, similar to a suit like the Phoenix, your plates can very easily get stuck on a piece of debris, meaning that they will just return to you instead of attacking the enemy you locked onto. So yeah, colony drop area I don't think is a really good map for the Perfectibility, despite it showing up so much in rotation when the suit was the main banner suit. A map like Arctic Base I think is a lot better, having more open space to make sure your plates don't get caught on anything. So that is one of the big things I want to start off here with the Perfectibility, is that if you are on a more open map, you don't have to really worry about that as much, which I think is really good for this suit. But to get into the other details of the Perfectibility, go over its weapons and skills. The Perfectibility is a 700 to 750 cost general unit, depending on if you have the level 1 or 2 variant. And for your weapons, starting off with your main primary, you do have the PF Armed Armor BS. This is going to be an instant stun beam weapon that can pierce through mobile suits, and it can also pierce through shields as well. And if you are in NTD Resonance, you can use it while boosting. For your main melee weapon, you do have a beam saber that is able to travel some distance and comes with a very nice double slashing downswing animation. For your sub-weapons, you do have a pair of head-mounted Vulcans that have a really good stagger accumulation. You have the Armed Armor Hyper Javelin, which can only be swung once, but no matter how you hit an enemy, it will instantly knock them over. You also have the Armed Armor VN deployed, which is going to be the claw on the left arm, and if you hit somebody with a neutral or a side swing with this, it will cause a heavy stagger. And for all those melee weapons, the beam saber, the javelin, and the claw, all those can be used in midair as you have access to the aerial melee skill. Your remaining sub-weapons are going to be tied to the Armed Armor DE, which are stored on this unit's back when they are not in use. And for the different modes of fire you have with these, you have the linked configuration, which causes the plates to hover by your side and fire in set intervals along with whatever weapon you are currently using, which does also apply to your melee weapons. You have the launch plates, which allow you to lock onto an enemy, and the plates will fly out and they will try to attack whoever you locked onto. However, they do come with the downside of returning to you should they hit something else before they reach the intended target. And you have the defense plates, which cause the plates to hover around you and soak up any damage that they can, either before they overheat or before they take up too much damage and return to their stored state. And to list off some highlight skills for the Perfectibility, you do have Emergency Evasion System Level 3, Melee Composite System Level 2, Aerial Melee System Level 2, Maneuver Armor Level 1, Raise Counter, Special Armed Armor VN Armor Level 3, A Armor DE Special Defense System Level 3, and the NTD Resonance Ability Boost, where you don't have the traditional NTD like most unicorns where they are attached to your touchpad. This one will activate at 50% HP or less. It is going to be a one-time activation. Your attack and mobility will be boosted, you will get access to Flap Booster Level 2, and you will regain some HP as well as your parts being repaired. However, this does come with an interesting downside where you are unable to repair from either bases or repair tools as long as the skill is active, with the resonance boost lasting for 60 seconds. And the final thing here, this isn't really listed as a skill, but it's something that all 5 stars have the ability to do. I forgot to mention that the Perfectibility is a 5-star unit. You do have the ability to sortie early into your mobile suit at the cost of having less HP. This is going to be a one-time use, but if you are in a bit of a pinch, it can be very handy. And that is everything that I at least want to mention here for the Perfectibility in this video. And having gotten better matches with the suit after my stream, I do think the Perfectibility is quite nice, especially when it comes to its melee. I believe it is the Javelin and the Claw that when your resonance is active, you will do more damage depending on how much HP you have. And I do believe the Javelin can also ignore buffers as well, so the melee on the Perfectibility is definitely one of its strongest aspects. I do have some gripes with the suit though, the biggest one being the resonance itself. I do wish it lasted longer than 60 seconds. I think 90 seconds would be a lot more fair for that skill, given that you can only use it once. Even if you repair above 50% HP, you cannot use resonance again until your suit is destroyed and you respawn. And it does also have that caveat of not being able to repair as long as the skill is active, so I think maybe buffing that up to 90 seconds would be a lot better, give you a bit more time to make use of the skill. The last two things I have here are things I would like to see for quite a few suits actually. The first one being that the defense plates on the Perfectibility I think could be better in terms of their durability, but it is kind of an issue with a lot of suits that have either the defense plates or the funnel shield. They go down in like 2 to 3 hits, and some of those could definitely be better. Maybe for the Perfectibility that might be a bit much because of the really good buffers you get on this suit, but I think for some other suits that could be a really good adjustment. And the other thing I think would be interesting to introduce would be for the launch plates, where if they do get snagged on something and they return to you early, you could actually get a reduced reload time from that. I think that could be pretty good, given that if the plates just hit something and they immediately come back to you, you have to go through the full reload time, and they didn't really contribute anything, so having some type of function there I think could be really nice for this style of weapon. But yeah, overall I do think the Perfectibility is a lot better than what I initially thought about it in my stream. I definitely feel way more positive about this suit. But before I wrap up on my thoughts here, that is going to be timeout mission over, and let's see how we did here with the Perfectibility at 700. And there's going to be a mission complete. We are going to get a special pose here for getting pretty high placement here. But we did get top damage in this round here, and third place with 4 kills and 2 loss, so not too bad of a match there in the Perfectibility. I actually didn't know that 5-star units had special animations. If you got like 3rd or higher in a round, you got a special win pose, so that was a really cool detail of this suit here. But to wrap up on what I think about the Perfectibility, I think the suit is okay. I think there are some things about it that could definitely be fixed, and it's not really something I could see myself using over like the Destiny Gundam. I still think the Destiny is really good, and if I had to pick between this or the Destiny as my go-to 700, I would absolutely go with the Destiny. But if I wanted to mix up what I was using and play something else, I think the Perfectibility would be a good option for that. In terms of if I think it's worth pulling for, should the step-up banner still be active by the time you're watching this, I think if you have one of the meta suits for 700 already, like the Destiny or the Tall Geese 3 or the Double O Razor, I think you could honestly skip on this. But if you do like the Unicorn style of mobile suits, or you just really want the perfectibility, I think you would be really satisfied with this unit, or maybe you're just looking for a new 700 to play. I think the perfectibility is pretty fine as is, just having some gripes that I think they could fix with it in a future update, should it be showing any signs of declining performance. But as it is currently, I still think it is pretty good for what it has to offer. So that is going to be everything I have for this video here. Comment down below what you think about the Unicorn Gundam PR. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.